Hello and welcome to Lakewood Next Daily Devotions. Over the past few days, we've been talking about this imagery of light that Jesus preaches in Matthew chapter 5, verses 14 through 16. He says, "You are the light of the world. A city on a hill cannot be hidden, nor do you take a lamp and put it under a basket. You put lamps on stands so they can bring light to the whole household, so that the light can reach the furthest." And now he brings it home. He takes those two images, and then he says this in verse 16, "In the same way, let your light shine before others." And so he says, in the same way that cities on hills cannot be hidden and lamps get put on stands, your light should shine on others. And in this, we get a definition of light, and then in the second part of this verse, we're going to get the purpose behind light. The definition of light, as we see, is good works. If we finish out this, it says, "In the same way, let your light shine before others, so that they may see your good works and give glory to your Father who is in heaven." And so the idea of good works here, it's modeling the values and priorities of the kingdom as taught by Jesus. Sincere faith is shown in the way that we seek to obey Jesus. Not to gain the identity of being saved, but because we have already been given the identity of being saved. Because I am saved, the door has now been open for change. And so I model the values and the priorities of the kingdom because my identity is now saved and redeemed. This light comes from me. And so the motivation behind this call to be the light in the world is not that people would see these good things that I've done and think, "Man, what a neat guy." Because, truth be told, that's not who I am anymore. I'm the light of the world. I have been saved and given a new identity by God. And so this new system of values is coming from me. I am saved. And so the motivation, the purpose of shining our light brightly, Jesus says it at the last part of verse 16, "So that they may see your good works and give glory to the Father who is in heaven." You know, such an incredible thing has happened to me. You're watching this, you don't know my heart, but I do. And I know some of the darker recesses of my heart, and I know the struggles that I have, and I know how unworthy I am to be called a child of God, but yet He calls me a child of His anyway. And He took the punishment and He paid the payment for my sins, my failures, the ways that I don't measure up. This incredible thing has happened to me, and so I want my life to shout about it. Not so that others can see and think that I'm great, but so that others could see and think and know that God is great, that they would see your good works and give glory to your Father who is in heaven. We want our lives to shine, not so that we can gain a salvation, but because we have been given such a great and incredible salvation. And so we want our lives to be a testimony to the saving grace of Jesus, that our light could shine brightly into the world, that they would scratch their heads at our hope, that they would long to have the hope that we have. And then they see our good works, and they don't glorify us, but our good works and our hope causes them to give glory to God. We've said this so far every day of this week in the devotion to finish it out, and I'm going to say it again. Go be the light and see what God does next.